Okay, so let's move on to the topic of stresses in a soil mass. So since this is a new curriculum, so usually this topic is discussed in GeoTech 2. So this is the first topic in the GeoTech 2 uh, nga syllabus. But since sa inyo is under one GeoTech naman siya, so murag atong usang GeoTech 1 and GeoTech 2. Okay, so in stresses in a soil mass, this is usually the most important topic since mo ni siya ang so since you have no since na may idea how to solve for the different parameters such as unit weight, katong mga plastic limit, katong mga void ratio, mga saturated unit weight, dry unit weight. So mabalik ra gyapon siya dire sa inyohang stresses in a soil mass. You'll still be solving unit weights, but this time you'll be solving stresses. So prior to solving stresses, so you need to kanang you need to determine first the unit weight, diba? Since kilonewton per cubic meter man yung mga unit weights. So ang atong button is ato siyang i-incorporate as stresses kay with increasing depth mag-increase man sa nato ang pressure sa ato ang soil profile. So man na siya ato ang i-discuss dire. Okay, so okay. So in the effective stress concept, which is muna siya ato ang usually tackle all throughout the discussion, is if you know the effective stress concept, so we'll be analyzing problems such as the compressibility of your soil, which is the next topic after this one. So ang iyang technical term is katong consolidation, or in simpler terms, it's the settlement. So next is the bearing capacity. So usually this topic is discussed in the electives. So ako nang i-discuss sa electives sa mga fifth year, bearing capacity and slope stability. So we also have the stability of embankments, and usually this topic is after the shear strength parameters nga topic. So lateral forces ni siya kay stability of embankments man. So together ni siya sa kaning uh, pag-analyze, which is the lateral earth pressure on earth retaining structures. So dagan ni siya mga brace cuts, mga retaining wall, mga sheet piles. So ubang pang mga earth retaining structures na atong ma-establish later on. Okay? So it's important because we need to know the nature of the distribution of stress in your cross as yung soil profile. And again, as what we have learned from the previous topic, so katong inyong mga equivalent hydraulic conductivity. So for example, this one is your soil strata. For example, three layers, yeah. Then this one is your first soil, your second soil, and your third soil. So again, the stresses will be different for each layer because they have different parameters. So maglain-lain siya, di ba? So muna siya ang ato ang i-discuss diri. Now, what we'll be getting at the end of this chapter is you will learn how to solve the effective stress. And we'll be discussing the effective stress concept. Okay. So okay, so let's go to stresses in saturated soil without seepage. So why do we analyze first your stresses in saturated soil without seepage? So again, saturated soils, yeah, because we can determine the water stress. So coming from the voids, diba, deoccupy sa water. And we can also solve for the soil stress. So muna usually saturated ang atoang condition. And usually it's saturated if your water is in static condition. Na murag walay movement pa. So muna dire is without seepage na siya ta. Muna siya ang purpose ngano na ay without seepage because your water is considered as your static condition na yung water. So walay movement. Okay? So water is static condition. So later on, once we master how to solve for the total stress, the pore water pressure, and the effective stress, so we can now incorporate some movements in your water. So we can analyze your stress in your saturated soil if na siya upward seepage, and also if napo siya downward seepage. So it depends on the situation sa inyong specimen. So pwede ba siya suction, di ba? Pwede po siya upward seepage due to liquefaction or due to pumping. Or pwede po siya downward seepage due to runoff or drainage, di ba? So, daghang scenarios ang seepage. Basta mo seep lang ang water to the different available void space sa inyong soil medium. Okay, now in the effective stress concept, so if you try to look at figure A and we analyze some portion of it, so let's say kaning section AA, kani siya. So if we try to solve the stress at point A, so notice that we have to go through the different layers going towards point A. Now, if sa inyo pa ning fluid mechanics, basta I think na sa inyo fluid mechanics. So if you're trying to solve the pressure at point A, so let's say muna siya yung water. Yeah, you're trying to solve the water pressure at point A. So ang gamitin niyo nga formula is gamma H, di ba? Gamma water times the height going to a particular point. Now, same na po siya concept diri sa inyong soil mechanics. But this time, we approach it layer by layer the same as your fluid mechanics. So sa fluid, medyo di lang ta layer by layer since most of our problems are exposed to water, di ba? So pwede po siya na glycerin, na oil, but most of the problems in your fluid mechanics is puro ra siya kaning kuan water ang kuan. Labi na if you're trying to solve hydrostatic pressure sa mga gates. So usually, puro rin na water niya ma-encounter mo na. Gamma water A siya. Now, dire is, if you look at your figure at A, so going towards your point A, dire, you have to travel to different layers. So the first layer is kaning H. Kaning H. So of course, this particular water, kaya makahatag siya pressure sa ubos, di ba? With increasing depth, your stress increases. So mula na siya sa inyong fluid mechanics, if you try to draw the stress diagram, so with increasing depth, di ba? So the stress also increases, di ba? So more triangular ang iyang stress distribution. So at the top, we can say that the stress is zero because your water surface is exposed to the atmosphere. Yeah, going towards the bottom, so maka-increase ng depth, di ba? Maka-increase po ng pressure, and I think you can testify to that labi na if kanang mag-swimming mo sa dagat, di ba, or sa swimming pool, you try to go underneath, so naman ay pressure sa iyong dunggan, di ba? So muna siya ang other explanation sa increasing pressure with increasing depth na concept. So going back to the figure, so the first layer is the stress being contributed by the water. Now the second layer is contributed by the kaning saturated soil. Kani siya. So let's say this one is H1. Yeah, the second layer is H2. And the total height going towards point A is HA. Okay. Now, how do we try to solve the stress at point A? So, of course, kung tanaw na ninyo inyong cross-section, so naman na yung mga void space, di ba? Dili man na perfect ang inyong soil specimen. So, if we try to make it strict and we try to really solve these areas, so medyo madugay ta. So, a clear picture of the cross-section is kaning picture B. So notice nga, if we try to make it strict, we try to solve for each stress sa kanang particular region. So daghang pa kitang i-solve ng mga forces, di ba? Maglisod man tag solve na kay since it's very minute and it's impossible for us to measure the contact points, di ba? So muna we try to make it simple and we generate it under one particular force lang. So we consider everything in one plane. So kani siya, instead of na mga lungag-lungag, for the sake of simplicity, since gagmay raman dyan na ang voids in actual practice, so we can just neglect that particular kanang kuan, mga lapses, and we can just make it as one line. So point A na para ma-easy po ng life, di ba? So muna siya diya sa inyong effective stress concept. Okay? So questions so far? Wala pa? Murag na-shock pa tanan, no? Kay bago sa nga topic. Okay, so usually if we try to solve the total stress, so sigma man na siya, sigma A. Okay, stress is sigma, di ba? From your strength of materials. Sigma A, A being the point of interest kung asa niyo ko ano soil. So just the same as the concept in your fluid mechanics. So we take it layer by layer. So what will happen is namoy gamma water H1. And then the second layer H2, that will be gamma saturated, di ba? So gamma saturated siya because again, the coverage of your H2 nga height is kaning yung saturated soil. So again, ano saturated man ang soil? So it's obvious that your soil specimen is being flooded by water, di ba? The water table is way above your soil specimen. So we can say that all the void space gi-occupy diri sa inyong soil specimen is purely water, di ba? So puro na siya water. So muna atong gamito na gamma is gamma sat, then times H2. So ana na siya ang pag-solve sa inyong stress. Now kani siya ang atong gisolvan is sigma A is total stress pa na siya. Okay? Total stress. Now if you want to solve the effective stress, now the effective stress is the stress without the water stress or without the water introducing some stress into your specific point. Or in simpler terms, muna siya ka ng dry ba, di ba? You're just considering the stress of your soil solids. So meaning ana, kanirang mga points diri ang atong i-consider kani. Mga soil grains o nilain. Okay. So questions so far or clarifications? Wala ra? So sige lang, maka-appreciate mo ni later on once we go through the example. Okay? Kira? Bisag dili okay lang. Sige. So next, let's go. So muna siya ganina. So if you try to look at the formula, so sigma is equal to H gamma water. So ganina, akong gisuwat ganina is H1 gamma water lang. So if you try to review this later on sa video, So this particular term is mo ni siya ang akong isuwat sa previous slide, H1 gamma water. Now for the second layer, so notice that the height is HA minus H. But akong isuwat dito sa previous slide is just gamma sat times H2. Diba? So this one is the H2 part, HA minus H, because HA is the total height going towards point A, and then your H is the height of the water atong above sa inyong soil specimen. Now since again, it's a combination of water plus soil stress, that's why we call it as total stress. Na. So dili pa siya effective stress ha, total stress pa siya. So simple la, di ba? So again, if you try to make it even simple, simpler. So for example, this one is your natural grade line, or let's say your water table baron per se. Diba? So at any point, let's say point Z ni siya. So the particular concept you're going to use to solve the stress is gamma H ra, na gamma H. And again, the gamma will adjust according to the scenario being presented in your problem. So it could be a dry soil, it could be a saturated soil. In fluid mechanics, it could be oil. Then at the second layer, it could be water. It could be glycerin. And so depende sa inyong layer. So you take it layer by layer if you want to solve the total stress. So muna siya ang inyong timanan. Now I think iba naman eh. So gamma water, unit weight of water, gamma sat. So you know the formulas for gamma saturated. So H is the height of the water from the figure, and HA is the total height. Okay. So questions so far or clarifications? So none so far. So you can try to review this one later. Okay, para ma-absorb og maayo. Okay, so if you try to read this one, so total stress can be divided into two parts. So again, as what I have told you earlier, so since it's total stress, total stress, and again, the symbol for this one is sigma. So the total stress is being governed by two portions or two phases, which is the water aspect and the soil solids or the soil particles. So muna total, diba? So if we try to go to effective stress, ato siyang kuan og water aspect ato ni tanggalon to make it effective. So if you try to remember your formula sa weight volume relationship, ato mga effective unit weight. So if you try to remember the formula for effective unit weight, that's gamma prime is equal to gamma sat minus gamma water, di ba? So notice nga ang saturated gikuha na tog water para ang iyang focus is kato lang purely sa unit weight sa soil alone, sa soil solids alone. Muna natay gitawag nga effective unit weight. Effective unit weight, effective stress, and effective force. So it all boils down to the concentration of that particular parameter in your soil solids. Okay. So if we try to get the water aspect, so muna siyang gitawag nga effective stress. So if we try to sum up all the contact forces of our soil particles or solid particles, di ba? Murag concentrated on soil particles alone or soil solids. So that's the effective stress. So if na water, meaning ana that's total stress. If walay water, concentrating on the soil solids alone, that's the effective stress. So muna siya inyong timanan. Sa dali lang kini nga topic, pwede rin nyo pili review jud kaayo. Okay. Since it's the concept of this one is the same as your fluid mechanics. So I don't know if nakaabot na mo ba ni sa fluid mechanics. Basta if nakaabot na mo ani, mura dyan siya ang concept ang gamma H jud all throughout the discussion. But so muna lagi mo differ lang siya layer by layer. Okay. So the formula of total stress, if you try to break it down even further. So this one, this sigma is your total stress. Kani siya total stress. Sigma prime. So the same as gamma prime. Ano mga any prime na mga parameters sa geotech, it always refers to effective stress, effective unit weight. Basta effective siya, meaning ana it's concentrating on the soil solids. So wala lain, meaning ana ang i-focus ana is katulad yung soil solids or your soil particles. So effective stress. Kaning small letter U is the water stress. So in the review books, so you can call this one as water stress, or in Braha nga book, that's pore water pressure. So muna siya ang mga different designations sa kana ng mga kwan. You can also call this one as the neutral stress. So napo ni siya sa review books, neutral stress. Okay. So if you might wonder, ano si tanaw sa right, bro? Sa right? Sa right na ko or sa left? Okay, tungod nga nagkuhan ko, nag-double screen ko. Okay, para di ko maglisod sa dog discuss. Okay. Okay, so again, if we try to go back to the concept, so you can also use the concept of gamma H, but instead of using the gamma saturated formula, you can also use the gamma prime times the height of the soil times H gapon, di ba? So in shorter terms, gamma H gapon siya in ang yung ending, depending on what particular unit weight are you going to achieve or you're going to use for a particular scenario. Okay. So again, as what I have told you earlier, this particular formula has been presented or has been used sa inyong plates, sa inyong weight volume relationship. Now it can also be called as the submerged unit weight. Submerged unit weight. Yeah, again, effective unit weight po lang yung other term. I think ang buoyant unit weight also is being referred to gamma prime also. So try to research that one. Kaning buoyant unit weight. Hindi ko sure if ang buoyant is sa effective unit weight ba or sa kaning moist unit weight ba siya. Yeah. So try to research that one lang. Buoyant unit weight. Okay. So for you to appreciate your concept, so let's try to solve a problem. So kani siya. So in figure 9.3, so this particular figure, so we need to calculate the total stress, the pore water pressure, and the effective stress at points A, B, C. A, B, and C. So tulo ka buok. So A, B, and then C. So as you can see in the figure, so the first layer is dry sand having a unit weight of 16.5. Diba? Second layer is your saturated sand. So meaning ana, if dry siya, then kani saturated. So we can say that this particular boundary is your groundwater table. Siya, di ba? Yeah, may lasan na ninyo because of this sign, di ba? Then lastly is the clay layer. But since we're it's asking only for points A, B, and C, so kaning clay layer can be negligible. So baka na siya, pwede na siya wala kaning last part. Okay, so saturated unit weight for the saturated sand is 19.25. So how do we solve for total stress, pore water pressure, and the effective stress at points A, B, and C? So usually we take it point by point. So magbutang tawo na dire. So at point A, so the total stress, so total stress is, so since your point A is at the surface, diba, murag na siya sa babaw, exposed siya sa atmospheric pressure. So we can say that the total stress is 0. So again, if you try to recall the concept, you have to use the concept of gamma H, diba? Yeah, despite having 16.5 as the unit weight sa inyong dry sand, so what ay gi-travel nga distance, diba? Wala tay gi-travel nga distance nga H. So meaning ana, diri pa lang da nga parameter or diri pa lang da nga term, 0 na ma-generate na value. So 0 siya dito, di ba? 0. So total stress is 0. So next is pore water pressure. U, di ba? So if U gani, pore water pressure, so again, notice that at point A, since everything is still dry, but dry sand pa siya, so we can say that our pore water pressure is also 0. 0 gyapon, di ba? So this means that our effective stress is 0. So ano 0 man? So again, if you recall the formula sa previous slide, total stress is a combination of your effective stress plus the water pressure. So di ba total, di ba? Total. Then your effective stress is concentrated in your soil stress. Then your U is concentrated in the water stress. So soil plus water, that's the total stress being assumed by the soil specimen. So makes sense, diba? O makes sense siya. So muna dire sa last line. So if you try to rearrange the formula, so effective stress is equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. So ang total portion atong ikuag water, so ang nabilin is ang soil na lang. So marag inyo rang i-manipulate ang formula, di ba? So dili kay siya lisod. Okay? So now let's go to point B na sad. Na point B na sad. So at point B, so distance going towards point B is 6 meters, di ba? So this time na natay coverage of 6 meters. So from there, so total stress is, so amalay tarong sa sigma. So total stress is gamma dry times H1. So ako lang i-mano-mano solve kay para kuan na my notes. So this one is 16.5 times 6, di ba? 16.5 times 6. So the total stress, so ako lang i-solve kay para di ta madugay. So again, if you try to write the units, this one is kilonewton per cubic meter, and this one is meters. So ang labas answer is kilopascal, diba? Kilonewton per meter squared. So 16.5 times 6, that's 99 kilopascal. So again, in terms of or 99 kilonewton per square meter. So muna siya ang total stress at point B. So next is the water stress. So water stress, so going towards point B, puro man siya dry, di ba? Yeah. Mag-start lang sa B ang inyong water. So we can say that the water stress is 0. Okay, at 6 meters, puro pa siya dry, di ba? 6 meters going towards point B, that's all dry sand, wapay water. So meaning ana, we have a 0 kilopascal pressure on the water aspect. So lastly is your your effective stress. So again, from the formula, total effective stress is equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. So that's 99 minus 0. So we can say that our effective stress is 99 kilopascal. So we can say that our total stress is equivalent to your effective stress. Now, usually your total stress is equal to your effective stress only in dry conditions. Diba? Kaya ma-eliminate man ang inyong water aspect. So dry conditions na siya ma-present. Okay. So next, oops. So lastly is at point C na ta. So at point C is at the first layer of your dry specimen, 6 meters. Then going towards the saturated layer, that's 13 meters. So total stress. So total stress. So that's gamma dry, H1. Then the second layer is gamma saturated, H2. So we try to input the details. 16.5 times 6 plus 19.25 times 13. So total stress is equivalent to 349.25. So kilopascal. So guess na, di ba? So total stress, combination of soil and water muna, pwede pa sa gamma saturated. If dry siya, pwede kaya po siya dry kay we are considering your total stress man. So whether it's dry or saturated, isagol na tanan kay we are looking for total stress man. So next is your water pressure. So again, the first layer is dry. The second layer is saturated. So we can start with the saturated layer, or if you want to really get the derivation, so gamma water times H, H lang, or pwede po siya small h lang, small h, since we are just considering the height of the water, or pwede po siya H2 kaya muna siya ang height sa water sa second layer. So again, the first layer has 0 water. So the second layer is the saturated zone. So gamma water, so again, di ba? Ang concept na gamit is gamma H gapon, unit weight times the height. The same as the other stresses na atong isolve. So since we are using metric system, so that's 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. That's a constant value for unit weight of water times 13. So pore water pressure is 127.53 kilopascal. So again, if we try to solve the effective stress, so effective stress is total stress minus pore water pressure. So that's 349.25 minus 127.53. So the effective stress is, so 349.25 minus 127.53. So the effective stress is 221.72 kilopascal. So let's try to box the answers. So pore water pressure, then total stress. So same goes for points B and A. So medyo messy lang siya kay. Okay, so if we try to compare the total stress and the effective stress in saturated conditions, so the total stress is always bigger than the effective stress. Kaya again, ang total is nasa water aspect, di ba? Ang effective is concentrated on the soil solids alone. So kaning problem is Sainra because you are given the different unit weights. Okay, so questions so far or clarifications? Okay, may nusog copy ka dito. Okay, so I think there's no question or di try pag-absorb siguro. Okay, na ini chat. Let's see. Okay, so pertaining to that question at point B, ano equal ang total and ang total ang effective equal, it's because that it is dry siya, dry conditions siya. Dry conditions siya. So if you go back to the formula, diba? So effective stress is total stress minus pore water pressure. So if you have no water aspect, but if zero in yung water stress, or meaning there's no water present, so we can say that your effective stress is equivalent to your total stress. Muna equal siya 99, then 99 sa ng effective, only in dry conditions. If saturated conditions, so you can compare sa 349 against 221.72. So the effective stress is always lower than the total stress in saturated conditions. If dry, so equal siya kay wala may water aspect. So you can verify that one sa formula. Okay? Sa Now, if you try to look at the format, so I always try to write it as this manner. So una dyan na siya ang total stress, then next ang inyong pore water pressure, di ba? Then lastly is the effective stress. So ano last one, effective stress, because again later on, once we go to the other topics, we'll only be focusing on the effective stress because mura siya ang matter sa design later on. Design of the footing, design of the retaining walls, mga brace cuts, mga sheet piles. You always consider the soil aspect. So kanang water is dili kay na siya dako, only sa kuan na siya. Ma-affect na siya sa seepage and sa sliding sa structure. Oops, okay, marag nakuha na. So many place. Ito sang ikuha na. Okay, marag yung iba may race. Uy, magino ko pa may race nila. Nara de. Oops. Okay, so let's go to the next example. So, dili the same situation sa inyong previous problem, di ba? So, if you try to look at the figure, so ang inyong dry sand is you're only given this parameter. Ba? You have GS or the specific gravity and the void ratio. So sa second layer, the saturated clay, the same gyapon, di ba? So medyo labad siya if wala mo kabaw sa formula. If you don't know the formula for the dry and the formula for the saturated unit weight. So the same problems nag-ask. So for water pressure, total stress, and effective stress at points A, B, and C, and D. So not A, B. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to solve for the unit weights. Okay, muna siya atong kailangan since we are using the concept of gamma and H. Diba? So if wata na, so we cannot solve totally the different stresses that are being asked in the problem. So if you try to solve the first layer, that's dry sand. Obvious kayo, di ba? Dry sand. So gamma dry. So again, if you try to recall the formula, Golden State Warriors, mas siguro to, di ba? GS gamma water all over 1 plus E. Okay, so that's 2.68. Then again, since the different distances are in meters, so we can say that we are using metric system. So 9.81 all over 1 plus 0.6. And this one is our gamma dry. So 2.68 times 9.81 divided by 1.6. So we have 16.43 kilonewton per cubic meter. That's our gamma dry. So next is our gamma saturated. So gamma saturated. So if you forgot, the formula, so gamma water times GS plus E all over 1 plus E. So muna siya gamma saturated. So 9.81 times, so again, since we are now in the second layer, so 2.72 kung siya plus sa so plus 0.9 all over 1 plus 0.9. So murag mura na siya yung problema ninyo basta wala mo yung formula. So swerte lang ron kay online class man. So you can make some ninja moves, di ba? On how you put your formulas. But sa board exam is mapugos ra gyapon mo yung board exam. So 18.69 kilonewton per cubic meter. Okay? So next is we go to the different points. So point A, so since it's at the surface, so automatic na siya, di ba? Okay, since we are not traveling any distance or there's no coverage na distance, so puro siya 0, di ba? 0, 0, 0. Okay? So next is point B na sita. So at point B, so that's 2 meters from the surface. So we can now solve some total stress. So total stress going towards point B is just gamma dry times 2 meters, di ba? So wala ko nag H1, H2 kay para ato lang siyang i-diretso na kay na may mga distances. So that's 16.43 times 2. So total stress is equivalent to 32.86 kilopascal. So again, if you try to look at point B, we are still in the dry zone. Diba? Dry sa dry patang area. So meaning na our pore water pressure is 0. And meaning na since it's dry condition, so the same siya as the total stress, 32.86 kilopascal. So muna siya yung answer. Dali na kayo, di ba? So next is point C na sada. So at point C, that's 4 meters now. So what a difference sa point P, di ba? But napunalag 2 meters. So gamma dry times 4 na siya. So 16.43 times 4. So the total stress is 65.72. So pore water pressure is still 0 because we are still in the dry zone, and effective stress is the same as your total stress. So again, the same siya because if you try to use the formula, since there's 0 water pressure, so we can say that your total stress is equivalent to your effective stress. So let's solve lastly point D. So dili lang sa babaw lang. Okay, wala tayo space. So at point D, so since we are now traveling to 2 layers, so total stress is equivalent to gamma dry times 4 plus the saturated layer. So gamma saturated times 8 meters. So you have 16.43 times 4 plus the saturated unit weight. So saturated unit weight is 18.69 times 8. So total stress is 215.4 kilopascal. Now in this layer, or at going towards point D, we can now have some water aspect, di ba? That's 8 meters of water. So again, for the sake of simplicity, so ato na siyang itibok, di ba? Di na to siya i-calculate pang void space. Okay, malangay man tayo. If ato pa lang tinudunog ka ng kuhan, measure ang mga void spaces, di ba? So para mas masimple sa itong kinabuhi, so ato lang siyang i-generalize. So maskin medyo dako siya discrepancy, di ba? Okay, ang gagmay ro ng voids niya. Atong i-assume na height sa yung gamma water is ang tibok height sa saturated zone. Kaya murag if you try to think of it, dili siya ingon na tanan, di ba? Murag at one point man atong giiskutan. So if at point D, water na siya, di ba? Water. So total height kaya po nang atong consider. Maskin gamay ra siya nga void space kay mao na siya ang iyang pressure at that particular point. So gamma water times 8. So 9.81 times 8. So pore water pressure is 78.48. So kilopascal. And then the effective stress is, of course, total stress minus pore water pressure. So that's 215.24 minus 78.48. So muna siya ang effective stress. So that's 136.52 kilopascal. Okay, then water pressure, and then lastly is your effective stress. So questions so far? Lara? Okay, so if there's no question, so let's try to go to the next problem. So I think you can just solve this one on your own. Okay, balik-balik na siya. So simple na siya because you are given different unit weights already. So 17.8, 18.6, and you also have different heights. So the same gap one, you can calculate the values of your sigma, water pressure, and effective stress at points A, B, C, and D. Okay, so Kanisha, let's try to solve this problem. So after this one is, you can just end the session and we can discuss again the continuing topics on Friday katong upward seepage and downward seepage. So dili kay siya ingon nga makurot ang oras pud. Mag-ano siya katas kutob ra siguro 4. Okay. So if you refer to the figure, so our H1 is 4 meters. Then our H2 is 3 meters. Okay. So if the groundwater table rises to 2 meters below the surface, so what will be the net change in effective stress at the bottom of the clay layer? So meaning we have to solve the effective stress at the bottom part of the clay layer. So meaning kani siya. So let's say that's point A. Point A lang atong pinitaon. Now, in the problem, so the problem is asking for the net change. Net change in effective stress. Meaning ana, ang change sa effective stress sa original condition, which is this one. So this will be the original condition. So original. And then the new condition is that the water table will rise to 2 meters below the ground surface. So meaning, this will be the new water table, di ba kani siya? Halfway sa dry sand layer. So meaning muna siya ang ato ang new water table. Na. So original condition and then the new condition. So let's say we have to solve for kani siya, sigma prime aning layer. So initial. Yan kani siya is muna siya ang final, di ba? Sigma prime final. Okay, since we are going to solve two different effective stresses. And then since it's asking for net change, so meaning ana, we have to solve for the change in effective stress, di ba? So delta sigma prime is equal to the original, the change man in effective stress, the original minus the final effective stress. So medyo hago-hago na siya nga problem because if you try to look at the figure, wala tayo unit weight, di ba? So we are starting from scratch. So mana siya inyong problem. So let's try to solve it. So again, if we try to solve for the dry unit weight, so dry unit weight is 2.68 times 9.81 all over 1 plus 0.6. And then gamma saturated is equal to 9.81 times 2.75 plus 0.8 all over 1 plus 0.8. So let's try to go back to the one. So this one is 4 meters. Then this one is 3 meters na. Para lang natin guide. So for the dry condition, that's 16.43 still. So kilonewton per cubic meter. Okay, and then for the saturated condition, so that will be 19.35. So I think we're the same gapon sa isa ko previous problem. Okay. So once you have this particular data, now you have to solve for the effective stress of the original condition. Meaning ana, ang atong water table is napa sa kaning zone. Dili pa katong 2 meters below the ground surface. So since the problem is asking for the effective stress, the net change of effective stress at the bottom part of the clay layer, so meaning kanira 1 point ra to ang ikuan, di ba? Point A ra or 1 point. So let's say that's point A. So at point A, so may nakanito ani nga problem. Lisod siya pero you are only asked for one effective stress which is at the bottom part of the clay layer. So medyo dili kay dagan sa waton, di ba? So at point A, so total stress is equivalent to gamma dry times H1, diba? Plus the second layer gamma saturated times H2. So ma-verify sa figure, diba? So 16.43 times 4 meters plus 19.35 times 3 meters. So muna siya inyong total stress. So times 4 and then so you have 123.77 kilopascal. Now, if you look at the figure, again, the only layer that contains water is the clay layer. So that's 3 meters, diba? So gamma water times H2. So that's 9.81 times 3. So that's 29.43. So again, since this one is the original, so again, atong may taon is delta sigma prime is equivalent to sigma prime sub 0, the original effective stress, and then the final sigma prime or the final effective stress. Okay, so effective stress, that's 123.77 minus the pore water pressure. So that's 94.34 kilopascal. So this will be our sigma prime original, diba? Now sa final, so at point A gyapon ta. So let's say at point A prime, okay, dito mag-prime lang, ato lang i-point A lang yapon. Ato lang i-erase lang. Okay, so at point A, so again, our new water table is 2 meters below the ground surface. So, muna siya, di ba? So, 4 meters divided by 2. So, 2 na siya, di ba? So, 2 meters diri sa babaw, 2 meters diri sa ubos. So, since this particular region will become saturated, di ba? So, kaning portion sa dry sand, since isa ka mga itong water table, na mo siyang saturated, so we need to solve for the saturated unit weight in this region. So using the formula, so 9.81, then using the GS plus E sa inyong sand layer, so 1 plus 0.6. So gamma saturated sa sand, so muna siya ang atong timanan, di ba? If musakan tubig, so na portion na may manang saturated karon. So we have 20.11. So meaning at the total stress at point A sa final condition is that we have gamma dry times H marag 2 meters, di ba? So di siya H1 na, 2 meters na. So 2 meters plus gamma saturated sa sand, na ato lang batang sand, times 2. Then lastly is the saturated clay. So ato lang batang kanang description kay duha naman kamo katong saturated na unit weight times 3. So muna na siya sa inyong new A. So new stress niyo, so that's 16.43 times 2 plus 20.11 times 2 plus 19.35 times 3. So muna siya inyong total stress. So you have 131.13 kilopascal. Total stress na siya. Now karon, ang ato ang pore water pressure, since nisaka mo siya 2 meters, so meaning na gamma water times 5, di ba? So from 3, yan nisaka tag 2 meters, di ba? Saka 2 meters. So 5 na siya in total, di ba? So gamma water is 9.81 times 5. So pore water pressure is 49.05. So 49.05 kilopascal. So muna siya sa inyong pore water pressure. So effective stress is of course 131.13 minus 49.05. Oops. So that's 82.08 kilopascal. So this will be our sigma prime final. So again, net change will be 94.34 minus 82.08. So our delta sigma prime, our change in effective stress, so 94.34 minus answer. So that's 12.26 kilopascal. So muna siya ang net change. Okay, so let's okay. So muna siya ang inyong answer 12.26 ang change in effective stress. So na question kanina if why don't we use the effective unit weight, di ba? So kani siya ang ipakita ninyo is mo siya ang step-by-step process going towards the effective stress. So meaning na you have to go or you have to calculate first for the total stress, then you calculate next the pore water pressure, and then lastly is you subtract the total with the pore water pressure to determine the effective stress. Now kani siya na siya shortcut. Now since we are only concerned with the effective stress, di ba? So for example, we are considering it first the original condition. Na. So muna siya ang katong shortcut, katong you're going to use the effective unit weight. So di ba if dry condition siya, automatic effective na siya, di ba? Marag the effective, the total stress is equivalent to the effective stress since the condition is dry. So pwede ra gyapon siya, di ba? So let's try this one. We're going to solve for the original effective unit weight. So gamma dry. So dry is just the effective unit weight kay dry naman siya daan, di ba? So times H1 plus, so di ba? Gamma's hot man ta, di ba? But again, since we are considering it as effective, so we have to use gamma prime, di ba? So gamma saturated minus gamma water, di ba? Times H2. So you have to subtract it with gamma water to make it effective, di ba? Because that's the formula, submerged unit weight or the effective unit weight. So if you try to solve it using this term, 16.43 times 4, but then plus, di ba, gamma sat is 19.35 sa original condition minus 9.81 times 3. So effective, oops, isa magnawa akong cursor. So effective unit weight sa original condition, so 16.43 times 4 Then 19.35 minus 9.81 to make it effective times the height. So the answer is 94.34 kilopascal. So the same, di ba? The same. The same na siya. So muna siya ang shortcut. So mo to ang buot pasabot ni Rio. Kaning pwede ra ba effective unit weight. So actually ang iyang i-try to kuan is mo to siya ang shortcut. So bali ako lang sang ito lang long method kay base niya na yung mga instances man good nga mas favorable ang long method compared sa kaning shortcut. Labi na ka ng maglibog na mo, di ba? Labi na sa for example inani mag-change ang water table. So at least na mo i-track sa kuan sa water nga height. Diba? So muna siya ang shortcut. So if you try to solve for the final, so the same gyapon. So let's try to solve it ha. Masama diri lang siguro nga. So diri nga na. So sigma prime final. So since we have solved the new saturated, so namo is 16.43 times 2 plus so 20.11. So again, to make it effective, kay saturated unit weight man siya, minus the water nga unit weight. Para may mo siyang gamma prime, di ba? Then times 2. Then lastly is 19.35 minus 9.81 times 3. So if we try to calculate it, so 20.11 minus 9.81. So ay makaguol nga ano okay ng calculator kay at least ma-review sa go. Okay, for sure mag-calculate sad mo on your own once you review this recording. So the same gyapon siya 82.08 kilopascal. So the same gyapon, di ba? So mura siya ni shorter lang, di ba? Ni shorter lang siya. Now, again, kani siya is only advantageous if the problem is asking for the effective unit weight. But if the problem is asking for total stress, the water stress, or the neutral stress, so muna, mas better tong wrong way kay murag maagi mo every parameter, di ba? So sakto na siyang answer ha. Ako na siyang gisolve dyan. Okay. So questions so far or clarifications? Okay. So if wala na, so I'll be discussing this one on Friday. So kato siya atong ibuhat kanina, murag simple lang to siya kay we are solving our soil specimen without water movement. Now kani sa Friday is with water movement na natay upward seepage and downward seepage. So we still have to use the previous concept. So naga po total stress, naga po water stress, naga po effective stress, but nalay effect ang movement sa water sa inyong pore water pressure or sa inyong water stress. So mura siya, di ba? So di ba if sa inyong fluid mechanics, if mag-pump tag water sa bukid, so natay energy added, di ba? Natay head added. So muna siya ang effect dire sa ato ang water stress. The same gyapon sa inyong fluid mechanics. If downward seepage, so head loss, di ba? Meaning ana na energy loss, na head loss ana. So mo sa na effect sa ato ang water stress dire sa kaning condition if we have downward seepage. So ana ra akong discuss yung Friday. Dali ra sad kayo mga 1 hour na yung Friday. So questions so far or clarifications? So I'll stop the recording.